Hey, check out this map here. This map is a map of the path that Israel took when they were leaving Egypt and heading to the promised land. Notice how they seem to go the roundabout way to get to the promised land. They seem to go all the way up here, down here, versus taking the path that is shortest, which would have been by the Mediterranean Sea there to get to the promised land. Why would God have Israel take a longer time to get to the promised land when they were already waiting hundreds of years to be led to the promised land? Well, we get the answer for that in Exodus chapter 13, verse 17. It says, when Pharaoh let the people go, God did not lead them on the road through the Philistine country, though that was shorter. For God said if they face war, they might change their minds and return to Egypt. So if we look back at the map here, we see that the shorter path would have led them through the land of the Philistines before they get to the promised land. And God knew that Israel was not ready for war. And the Philistines were known to be a warring people, and they were good at war. But God said if these guys face battle, they're going to want to go back to Egypt. They're going to want to not deal with battle and instead not receive the promise I have for them in the promised land, but rather go back to Egypt. And we understand that God's timing is best, that He knows what is best for us. Just like He knew Israel, it was better for them to take the long route and take a little bit longer to get to the promised land just so they were ready for battle rather than going the shorter route and getting there right away. In the same way, for us, God knows when we are ready for something, whether that's a blessing or maybe a trial to help increase our faith and trust in God, or whatever it is, God's timing is best. For example, last year you may have not been ready for a blessing, and if you had received a certain blessing, you may have lost it because you weren't prepared for it. But this year, you might be ready for a blessing because God's brought you through some challenges or trials, or He's grown you in His relationship with Him and shown you that you can trust Him, that when you receive these blessings, now you can handle them and not lose them because God has prepared you for them. God knows what's best. And so if you've been asking or praying for something for a while and you haven't been receiving it, maybe ask the Lord what you need to do in order to grow in your relationship to be able to handle or be ready for what you are asking. Because that might be the reason you're not receiving it, because God knows you might lose it because you're not ready for it. And so trust in God and His timing because He knows what is best for you.